I'll just hang out a little bit there.
Gotta get a few pictures. Okay, it's just a ticket on the land, right? Yeah. And I can try here a little bit.
So this doesn't start until 9.
Oh, good. So we have a little time.
A lot of people are cruising in late. What?
Ride carriages on it. There's actually a lot of them over here by the main games area. We take all of the ride vehicles apart in the winter, so they're removed from the tracks or from the cables or from the Ferris wheel, and they're sent to our maintenance shops, and they do a full inspection on those. They'll take them completely apart and rebuild them to make sure all the parts are intact and everything is 100% for the operating season. You'll see there's no cars on the Sky Ride, and none of the roller coasters have any trains on them right now.
Sorry, this is wicked. Look, that's that picture they take. Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
Where are those cameras? When we do those live views,
Yes.
where are the cameras at?
One of them, I believe, is right up there on top of the corral.
Okay.
That little camera there. And then there's one on top of the power tower.
I can see it from here.
Yeah, they can move them and everything. And
The flash.
We do that often. We look at the,
yeah, it's fun. Sometimes from my office, I'll turn it on and see what's going on out in front.
right.
Yeah, so all of our offices at Cedar Point, it's kind of set up like a college campus. So there isn't one central administration building. Park operations is located in that building over there. That's the Coliseum. That opened probably over 100 years ago. The upstairs is a ballroom where they used to do a lot of dances and live music way back before Cedar Point was mostly rides. Park operations is there, and then Jason, our general manager, his office is upstairs. But offices for all the departments and divisions are scattered throughout the property.
Look how they covered the thing.
They did cover the horses.
We have 3 carousels here at the park. The horses actually get removed. I don't know if they get repainted every year, but
So I had heard a rumor. Are the Cadillac horses, are they taking this part? What's going on with this?
I don't actually have any information on that, but any questions that you might have pertaining to rides and what might be moving or anything like that would be a question for Tony.
Oh, look at the Good Times Theater.
Whoa.
Look at where it was. Right?
I think calling it the Good Time Theater is an overstatement now.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It looks like a good that place.
Wow, Marty. This is Are they tearing this building down too?
I'm not sure. There's a little bit of construction going on there. That's one of our retail shops.
New facade, probably. This is where you get your hair wrapped, honey.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're going to put in place of the Good Time Theater, but there's no one happening.
Any questions pertaining to the Good Time Theater site, you guys can feel more than free to ask those questions in the special presentation with Tony.
Can we stop so we can get a couple pictures?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I just kind of want to round the corner here.
Are we allowed to go up there?
Wow.
Good spot to take pictures over here.
I didn't realize that open.
Yeah.
I'll get everybody around real quick. That's crazy, Mari.
We'll just kind of gather around here and we can take some pictures. So this is where the Good Time Theater was located. As you can see, the demolition of this is mostly done. Any questions pertaining to this site, just reserve those questions for the special presentation with Tony, okay? But you're more than welcome to take as many pictures as you'd like.
What do you think, Mari? I remember that sign. It's amazing how much. Yeah. How much room it took up. You don't really realize that. I know, honey. You know Snoopy, he'll make it nice again for something. You know that. Where do they put the cars at?
Yeah, this is a great photo opportunity here with Iron Dragon and Tropical Dragster in the background.
So you said about the wind. How windy does it get in the winter?
Oh, it can get very, very windy in the winter. We actually had a couple times last January where we actually had to close the park down because so we have plow trucks, and I mean sometimes we have plow trucks going all throughout the night to keep things clear. Because I mean a lot of people ask us, what do you guys do in the winter? And oh my goodness, we do a lot in the winter, so we have to make sure that we can be open for business because we have a lot to do to get prepped for the season. And then this is obviously where we do our Luminosity night show, which will be back for 2015, better than ever. Yay! Who here loves Luminosity?
Right?
I love Luminosity. It's the favorite part of my evening. One of my favorite parts about working here is coming to watch Luminosity.
The first year you had Luminosity, you had Harley or Jessica.
He gets to see it every day if he wants.
Yeah.
Have you ever asked her to come back?
You know, I'm not sure that's something the market set up, but I know that she was here in 2012.
Yeah, we think it was
Yeah.
It'll be right here where you see it, yes.
I gotta dance on the stage.
Tell him, honey. He didn't hear you.
I gotta dance on the stage.
Oh, really? Yeah, they do a pre-show up there. That's really cool.
Oh my God. They take that all down?
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be like a portable nature system that we might maybe, I don't know if we rent it or
Are those the Iron Dragon cars?
Those are the Iron Dragon. Wow.
Great find.
Look at how it just sets them.
Oh, look at the Lego room.
So right up here in front, as you guys get a little closer, you'll be able to see a couple of the cars for one of the Iron Dragon trains. They're set up on pallets or something, but they're in process with the whole maintenance overhaul for the winter. So it's kind of fun to drive around the park in the winter because you'll drive around and be like, oh, there's a Maverick car, there's a Top Thrill Dragster car, there's a gondola from the Giant Wheel. And these ride parts are just kind of scattered all over, getting ready to go into the maintenance shops to be overhauled. And then, can anybody tell me what this is up here?
Rougarou.
Yes, Rougarou, our new roller coaster experience for 2015. Who is excited to ride Rougarou? Oh my goodness, I am so excited. Mantis is a great layout, but I'm telling you, Rougarou is the great layout plus an awesome, awesome train. It's going to be so comfortable. I just love the paint scheme that they chose.
So when they are prepping the rides,
Yep.
do you all get to ride them early? Like, do they have ride days for
Yeah,
y'all?
that's
where
a
y'all?
great question. Typically, when we open a new attraction, they have to do a lot of testing and commissioning. And like when Gatekeeper opened, I got to ride Gatekeeper before it was open to the public. Same thing with Windseeker.
Do you have the Rougarou sign yet?
It doesn't look like it. I haven't seen what that's going to look like.
Look, there's a tour stop.
You can go ahead and kind of come right up here by this sign.
Wow.
And for those of you that were here during Halloween weekend, you probably noticed some of the painting activity going on. The entire structure has already been repainted. Painting was completed during the fall, just to compensate for any potential inclement weather or weather delays during the winter, because as you can see, winter here can be kind of crazy, and it's kind of difficult to paint if it gets really wet. All right, look out, there's a little bit of snow that kind of mounted up. Be careful when you guys are walking over here. All right, and everybody knows what this ride is, right? Millennium Force. So voted the number one steel coaster in the world for 9 years. This is our signature roller coaster at Cedar Point. This is probably a good photo opportunity over here of the sign. I don't think we'll have any luck getting up to the sign because the snow's a little deep, but and,
Wait, come back.
yes.
I was trying to get my son.
As we were talking about Rougarou being repainted and the length of time that took probably maybe a month and a half to complete, roughly. Millennium Force was recently repainted, and that was a 3 off-season project. Just because the structure is so enormous and extensive, it's not very compact, and it takes a lot to get up 300 feet to, I mean, they even repainted the supports up 300 feet in the air, so that was quite a process, but it looks great.
Plus getting out to the island, within the island.
Yeah, you can imagine what a challenge that is, right? But the guys that do the painting, they will hang from baskets, similar to what they would do if you were cleaning windows on a skyscraper.
St. Louis Arch.
Oh, really?
Rappelling down from the top.
Why are your rides here?
Yes, absolutely. I'll actually go into some of those details in just a second. We'll gather everybody around. Those are great questions.
I saw them right now.
I'll tell you all about how the lift hill works and everything.
Just thought of them right now. I told her this was her time.
Absolutely. Ask all the questions you have. Yep, that's the old time photo building there.
My mom likes to dress up.
How many folks are signed up to do this? It's not like 60.
Yeah, I think it's around that number. I know that they definitely sold capacity and what they wanted to do, so that's great. Yeah. We'll go ahead and stop right around here real quick. This is actually kind of a neat photo.
The hill, and it drops. It just goes because of the speed of the train. Like the drag strip.
Tell me that one's running on speed.
That one runs.
Matt, what's your position here at the park?
I am the manager of merchandise.
Oh, okay.
So, yep, I oversee all the merchandise for the park.
All the Snoopy shirts we get to buy.
Yep, all the souvenirs, and we're in the process of buying a lot of great souvenirs for this season. I think you guys will be really excited.
You guys still sell the plastic Snoopy and Woodstock souvenir cup?
You know, I think I'm not sure. I don't think we don't sell them in merchandise. I know we might have a couple left. That's not even.
Maybe he got frozen. I don't know, Morgan.
So after you come down the first drop on Millennium, there's obviously the overbank curve, and it comes through the tunnel and goes up this hill, which I believe is about 180 feet tall. And that's what's so neat about Cedar Point is there's so many amusement parks in the world that they don't even have a roller coaster main lift hill that's 180 feet, and that's the third hill on this ride. And then you've even got a pretty big hill coming back. The thing that's great about this ride is the layout is just so expansive and goes off onto the island. So where you have these 2 hills here, it's actually crossing over some of the lagoons and going on to kind of where the Dinosaurs Alive attraction is. That's basically kind of an island. It's surrounded by lagoons. It goes out on there and then turns around and comes back.
This lights up, Marty. Remember all the lights?
Be very careful in here. It's very slippery.
This is where they filmed some of that Christmas video they send out.
Okay, I'm stopping at the winery. It should be nice and cold.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I want to ride Thunder Canyon.
Yeah.
A little chilly for that.
Yep.
They use the water from the lake, don't they, for that ride?
Yes, they do, yep. And if you guys can actually see over there, those units down at the base of the towers from Millennium Force that are wrapped in the blue plastic, those are the LED panels that light up the ride. And as I mentioned earlier, we have to cover all that stuff up in the winter to protect the equipment.
By the time I finally came back here, it was closed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's nice to just sit down for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
So wines and beers mostly?
Yes.
Yeah, it's craft beers and then I think it was all local wines.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Ohio wines.
There's like 312. They had like Goose Island, stuff like that.
Okay, yep.
Great Lakes was on there.
We can stop right around here. Some other great pictures of Millennium Force. And just an interesting little fact, it's not on my fact sheet, but these cabins on the trail are actually, they were actually moved here from somewhere else. I'm not sure, I can't remember where they were moved from, but they were actually, they're very, very old structures, and they were moved here when Frontier Trail was built. And I don't know how many of you noticed some of the new live entertainment we introduced last year on the trail. There's some skits that they were doing. It's very, very fun. This area of the park has definitely become a little more prominent. And we have to stop at this. This is like the iconic Cedar Point photo opportunity.
Great,
so,
great.
all right, who's going in the stockade?
I have the update for social media.
Top floor dragster right here. We shoot the Rapids and dragster, and you've got Magnum in that shot. You've got Gemini, Millennium Force.
There's a few rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, only a few bucks.
Does anybody?
So what do they do with the animals during the winter?
The animals. So that's a great question. He asked what we do with the animals from the barnyard during the winter. I know there's actually there's a lady that we have come in that actually has all the animals, and she brings them here during the summer. So when we close the barnyard for the year, they're all her animals, and she takes them back to wherever she lives. But this was actually newly expanded for 2014 as well, and what a huge success. People really, really love this, the petting farm, what's actually called the barnyard now.
Getting packed all year long.
All year long. People taking pictures of like llamas and stuff.
I like the little pigs.
There's a lot more interactive than it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly there was a lot more animals.
Yeah. It's funny how something's so simple.
Grow up over the summer.
They're
Yeah, that's
mad.
Yes.
I like the little pigs because the little pigs are so cute.
Yeah.
Like they're so nice.
They're very cute.
I told one of the ladies, I just want to take
Yep. Yeah, they've got a lot of cute little animals over there. Now, who wants to take a ride on Thunder Canyon right now? That sounds fun, doesn't it?
Only if it's a sled.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Before they switched to the barnyard, and it was just like some chickens and a few different things, and it wasn't really monitored as much by the staff.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'd be going down Frontier Trail and see the chickens wandering down the path.
That still happens, I think.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
They used to have peacocks too.
I'm not sure.
I remember.
I think they still
one
do,
time, and
don't
people were
they?
riding it. They had barrels sitting out here with fire in,
Oh, really?
and they would come off, get warm, and get right back on again.
So Thunder Canyon, I don't know how many of you guys know, but the water for Thunder Canyon actually comes directly out of the bay.
Right.
So it's actual Lake Erie water.
Swimming with the fishies.
Yes. And I believe it's the same situation for Snake River Falls.
No.
It isn't?
Not as clean as the water out
Somebody got wired up on this thing.
there. Thunder Canyon's the only one that's not
You know what I was thinking? It's actually the reservoirs around it. Yeah. This the pond under Maverick and this. Those are just water.
I don't think those are connected to the lake. Those are just.
I think they
it's just
are.
groundwater.
Yeah, they're not connected to the lake. Only Snake or Thunder Canyon is.
Excuse me, look at that. Every time in the summer, and that when me and my mom and dad we come, and we always like the boats coming off the ferry over here and check them out.
Yeah, they have the water cans over here.
Yeah, if it's windy.
And it actually feels good under there.
Yeah.
You stood up there with your mom.
Me and my mom stayed up here.
Some great photo ops here of Snake River Falls and Maverick.
That's crazy. They drain that little lagoon down.
Yeah, everything over here in the winter gets drained out. So normally there's water up to, well, the line you could see there on the footers.
Everywhere there's water in the park right now was originally dredged out so that people could canoe around.
Yeah.
And it was a whole, like probably 10 times what there is now.
Yeah, if you look at an aerial view, it's clear that the lagoons are all man-made, so.
So how long does it take them to like pick
Oh, Daddy,
stuff up?
look. It's all the way down.
Like when they would it take them a day to take that swing over there? Or,
You know, it depends on the ride, but as soon as the park closes, and I want to make these guys get right to it, their busy time is the off-season.
they take the canopy down and everything.
Even took all the buildings.
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't want to ride it now. You'd be like, what?
Here, we'll stop right here if people can get pictures of this. So does anybody know what this ride is right here? The Wave Swinger, and you can see it's not ready for operation quite yet. As I mentioned earlier, the ride vehicles do get disassembled in the winter. This is a ride that gets heavily disassembled. So you get everybody in over here. You've got a great view of Skyhawk. And you can see there's some other ride vehicles actually being stored in that area over there. And then this building over here, where the restrooms are at, does anybody know what that used to be way, way back?
Skyride.
Yeah, it used to be, what's it called, the Frontier Lift. So it was the end of the Frontier Lift. So we have the Skyride cable cars in the front of the park. There actually used to be a lift that ran from about where Iron Dragon sits to this building here. And now the bottom of its restrooms. And then, it was used during Halloween weekends for the witch to come out on the platform there. So. Probably some animals.
Well, look at all that tires, guys.
I know.
Man, if they had my guys on them, I would love that.
Come on.
We can stop right here and take some pictures. So, once everybody gets back here, I guess I'll start. You probably can't hear me. So someone up here mentioned Mean Streak and work that happens on that ride. There isn't any work going on right now because the weather does not permit that. But we actually have an entire staff of carpenters that when the weather is appropriate, their job is to just work on Mean Streak. It's an enormous structure, and every year pieces of track get replaced all the time. Supports get replaced all the time. That ride is just new pieces are going in and old pieces are coming out constantly to keep the ride up and running. If you've ridden it in the past couple of years, it's definitely gotten a little smoother. They've adjusted the profile of the track and smoothed some parts of it out. I actually really like the ride. A lot of people are not fans of Mean Streak because they say it's a little rough, but I love it.
Front seat's good.
Yeah, it's a great ride.
What caused the fire years ago?
What's that?
What caused the fire years ago?
I'm not sure.
I heard they like dropped the hot bolt after replacing a suction track and it burned down.
Right underneath the snow there, completely covered. And as you can see as you're crossing, this is actually one of the spots where the CP&LE Railroad comes across. The track is completely covered with snow right now. And then over here in front of us, as I'm sure all of you know, this was one of our other major investments for 2014, Slingshot. Each of those towers is about 180 feet tall, and when you're actually on the ride, you reach a height of about 360 feet, which the only point higher than that at the park is Top Thrill Dragster. So the towers are a little bit shorter than Magnum's Lift Hill. How many of you have actually experienced Slingshot?
I did.
Oh, really? How was it? I haven't gone. I'm too scared.
We kept coming on bad weather days.
Oh, really? Yeah, this is kind of an exciting ride because people like to just watch it. I'm one of those people. I like to just watch it. But I mean, everybody kind of like watching Dragster launch. Everybody kind of just crowds around and wants to participate. So here's another really great picture of Top Thrill Dragster.
Yeah. Well, we've never been back here.
It's like every time we keep on talking to each other.
And the spot where we're entering now is actually a back of the house area. So this is where our planning and design building is located. We have a sign shop back here, and then all of the Cedar Fair planning and design team work out of this building next to Mean Street.
They get some launch ready to go out.
Those are things that are used here.
Over down bags.
Is that something else for Halloween weekend?
Yep. You'll see that they store a lot of props for Halloween weekends and different things back here. I believe those are from Halloween weekends. Then obviously there's some things over there. So this kind of becomes a little bit of a storage space, and in the winter, obviously for ride parts and vehicles and such.
Yeah, the little cup that like they just like on the bumper.
Those are the big
you guys.
Making me jealous, bro.
Yeah?
I always do.
Oh yeah? Not the main one.